Yeah. Welcome to another great episode of the 1% Podcast. It's your boy, Sis AK Son, and we're back with another banger just for you, especially you out there watching. Hope y'all boys feeling good. Hope y'all feeling well, nice and energized. It is currently midnight. Been slacking for like 3 weeks, and I got on my whiteboard right here. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I need to be on top of things, and I'm back here. Hope y'all boys and girls, gals, feeling nice and well. Y'all let me know what's going on with y'all guys. Let me know in the comments if this is something that you really do enjoy. Like, does my opinion really matter to you guys? Or you just like hearing a stupid idiot like me just even talk and be very controversial? I can't even say that word, to be honest. But hope y'all boys doing well, man. About to go out of town this week. Got some nice fire content coming up for you guys, and still have some more content laid up in the vault. But sitting here watching other people's dreams and go forward with their own passion and stuff like that kind of put me in a bad run, like a real bad run, in a sense of where you ever just been lost and you just really just don't know where to go or turn. You don't know what your left or right is, and you just feel like you're just going in circles over and over again. Yeah, and that's the clear-cut definition of insanity. Just doing something over and over again, thinking it's going to work, but it's not going to work. And I've been kind of challenging everything that I've been doing. Like, am I insane in doing it? Or do I not even have a clear vision of what I know, what I want to do? And that's just a tough question. I've just been kind of having to ask myself recently. And probably why I haven't been dropping no content or anything, because I am stopping my own success. But this is why I'm here tonight at midnight. And 3 p.m. Shooting for you guys. But I'm gonna come back with another great episode with you guys, and I hope you guys been nice, swell, and enjoying yourself. And hopefully, when you read this or see this, you just make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. You follow us on the Shushy Boys channels on IG or social media or Twitter at Shushy Boys with 3 I's and a Z at the end. Drop a like, drop a comment. It really do appreciate it and go a long way. And one thing that I have been neglecting for the channel is really just engagement. Really engaging with you guys or seeing that engagement back. And I love every single one of my followers out there, but I need to start branching out to people that don't know who I am, and this is going to be the platform to show you guys what we're about on this channel and who I am. And hopefully I'm excited enough to be talking about all of that. But, let's just get to the main topic. Having someone to look up to. That's been a big thing that I've been seeing big signs about or been seeing about. And it's going to lead into the main topic, which I'm going to say is like, follow the leader. Follow the leader. You know what I mean? You ever played a game when you was a little kid, probably in preschool, elementary school, whatever, and you play follow the leader? You do exactly what the leader does. If the leader say, hey, go to your left, or the leader go to the left, you go to the left. If the leader say, go to the right, you go to the right. If the leader says, stop or jump, you stop or jump. It's kind of like Simon Says too. You know what I mean? I say leader says. Yeah, Simon says. If Simon says go, you go. But if I say go, and you go, and you don't go, and it means you're not supposed to go because Simon didn't says go. Because Simon is the leader. Simon is the person you're looking up to. Simon might be that nigga who's fucking your bitch. All right, let me stop playing. But follow the leader. That's something that's been resonating with me, and maybe that's why I have been kind of lost or misguided or been in this rut of insanity going over again, because I don't know who to follow. And yes, you're probably thinking, why do I want to be a follower? You know, haven't I been taught don't be a follower, be a leader? But before you become the leader, don't you have to be a follower of the right leader? It's kind of like Master Splinter and the TJ Ninjas Mutant Turtles, you know? Before they became the Fantastic Four, not the Marvel side of the Fantastic Four, but, before Leonardo, Raphael, I forgot the other two names, but y'all get the gist. Before they became, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that became, stopping fighting crime, they had to follow the one, the only Master Splinter. Yes, he's a rat. We're gonna get into that too, but you have to resonate and know where you want to be and imitate that person who is doing the things that you want to be, or you want to be, or you desire it to be, right? And Master Splinter, he was is in his name. You don't get the nickname Master just because, out of the blue. You have to put in work and time for that. You know what I mean? You have to, even he had to follow his leader and master to get that, hold that great title of Master Splinter. The protagonist is basically like who it is, but that's one thing I personally think why I'm just going in a run or going in circles, because I don't have no leader. I mean, my Lord and Savior in Jesus Christ. I follow and stuff like that, but I gotta keep on it. Nah, shit. Like, I don't have no leader. Like, I don't look up to nobody. I look up to my dad. Let me not say that, cause that sounds terrible. I look up to my father. Like, I fuck with my father. But, and this is my context. But like, I just don't have a leader. Like, in the terms of goals and ambitions and aspirations that I have, I don't have a leader. And now I come to think about it, like, you know, it's just really why I am in the position I am right now, and totally grateful about all the things that I have right now. But whatever I write on my whiteboard, is that why I'm not accomplishing it? Is it because I don't have a leader and I don't know who I want to listen to, right? And that's just something you have to go forth and search on your own. You know, um, what some people that you guys look up to, right? So some people look up to Cardi B, some people look it up to Nicki Minaj, some people look up to Young Thug, some people look up to Charlie Kirk, some people look up to Trump, somebody look up to Morgan Freeman or Denzel Washington or their first grade teacher or their counselor, whoever it is. They look up to them from one shape or form because they have these three revealing aspects to them, right? Sense of urgency, consistency, and determination. And that's just the personal three that I think that they all have in common, right? Consistency, determination, and urgency. Not, well, I didn't say that in that order, but in some sense. And those are like relatable traits that a lot of people don't desire. Not don't desire. They don't have those tangibles, intangibles. Like, some people are just naturally born gifted at it, and some people you have to just learn and teach yourself of those three tangibles, and others you might never be good at it at all, right? And that's why I'm in the position that I am, and I can admit and say that, right? And do you guys think that having someone you can look up to, or calling somebody a leader, like, does that kind of hurt your pride for a little sense? Does that like stop you from seeing the goals or seeing the things that you want to see? Like, just really think about that, right? And as we do that, it's just some of the main topics or things that we're gonna kind of discuss in this discussion right here is mindset and tactics. You know what I mean? Because those can take you a long way. If you have the mindset, you need some tactics to go with the mindset, right? You have some tactics, you need that mindset to stay consistent with those tactics, right? Um, Next thing, mentor access or gatekeeping. Is that really such a real thing? Or is all the information put out there right in front of you and you just don't know how to use it? Or you just don't know how to read it, right? Next is evidence and claims, right? Because how am I going to follow somebody or call my leader or imitate what they have if they never had it in the first place? You know what I mean? Another thing is overconfidence risk, and repetition burnout. And that's another great thing that I feel like I've been going through, and then say the repetition burnout, right? So those are some of the topics and discussions that I'm going to go over, right? And hopefully it's fairly quick. And I'm also keeping track of time of my head. I usually have a timer right here to keep track of this, but lazy me, not being consistent, right? Now, first thing first, mindset and tactics, right? And when I say mindset and tactics, you're probably thinking, do you mean more like why and the vision or how-to steps? Or is that like sometimes focusing way too much on mindset because can be an excuse to avoid action? And two questions you probably ask yourself, or two questions that I'm gonna go over, or that I'm gonna ask right now that you can kind of think about as I talk, right? Do you think success comes more from mindset or particular steps? Right? That's the first question. I'm going to say it one more time. Do you think success comes more from mindset or particular steps? And the second question that I want y'all to ponder and keep in mind as I talk a little bit more. Have you ever caught yourself thinking more than doing? Right? I'm going to answer the second one first, and it's going to kind of lead into the first one. Have I ever caught myself thinking more than doing? I do that constantly all the time. I'm constantly thinking of a way or thinking of things or different avenues that I can do to A, get out of something, B, solve something, or C, scheme up something. Have you ever had that one friend, let's say you was in middle school, right? And it's a hot summer day on the weekend. And y'all just sitting around after got done playing outside. It's about 3 o'clock, so it's the middle of the day and it's hot as hell. But you're just sitting there wanting and thinking of all the things you guys can do for the summertime. You can go to the mall, you can go to the summer fair, you can go to the amusement park, you can go to the movies. You scheme up every little sense of thing you can do. Right, you can scheme up and say, "Hey, we can go travel. We can go to this place, go to the beach." But it always leads back to one simple thing, nigga. You ain't got no money. You broke. So now you're thinking, now what can I do to solve my problem being broke? I got it. We can do some side hustles or go cut Mrs. Jane's grass for like $20. Right? Cool. We can do that. And after we do that, we can build some signs, pass some cards out, and we can pass it all around our neighborhood. And next we can just mow people's lawns for like $10-15, maybe $20 if we're lucky at like that, right? But at the end, you never do it. Right? You can think of 20,000 different ways of doing whatever objective you want to complete, but if you don't take action, I ain't gonna cut it. And that's where most people dreams and goals or objectives dies right there. 80%. Me, I'm just throwing a number in there. I feel like 80% of stuff fail at that because you don't take action. Because if you don't go forward and attempt to do what you scheme up, then how are you really supposed to know it's gonna work? Because most people are afraid that if I go out and do it and it don't work and I already knew it wasn't gonna work, I'm gonna be discouraged and just go away and never do it again. But experience is life's greatest teacher because now you're 2 steps ahead or 2 steps further than you were before. Now you know I attempted to do these particular steps for this objective and it didn't work, but I got closer to know. Now I gotta ask myself, why did it not work? You feel me? And you would have never came across that because if you would have never done it in the first place, you would have never known why I didn't do that. You would have been stuck right back into this insanity loop of, well, I think it's gonna work, or I know it's gonna work. That's just really why a lot of things that I'm doing even right now, me recording this. I thought about being recording this like 2 weeks ago, but I never took action. And that's what I'm doing right now, taking action and doing it. And then now let's sway into the second question. Like, do you think success comes from mindset or particular steps? And I could take the easy route and say it can go hand in hand or whatever, right? But I'm gonna, for the sake of this episode right now, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. I personally think particular steps matters because if you take an action, right? I can have the mindset every day, from the Himalayas to the Nile Sea to go forward and succeed on this objective or whatever I want to do. But if I never take particular steps to go do it, then I'm right back to the first question we're talking about. You caught yourself thinking every day. So listen to me, fellas. And this is gonna be another example of that, right? You walking down the street, right? Let me not say you walking down the street. You walking in the mall. You walking in whatever crowded place there is with people is, right? And you just mind your damn business. Gotta do what you gotta do. Need some new gear. You need some new fly, new drip, whatever you got going on. Your Givenchy shirt got a stain on it. You know what I mean? You need to go get you something new because you about to, you know what I mean? And as you doing your business, right, doing what you gotta do, you see some fine Joan, like damn, she fine as hell, right? Now I'm thinking, what I gotta do to scheme to even get to know her name or get her attention, right? That's the mindset. And she walk right past you, and she look up at you, nice little side eye or whatever. She look up at you like side eye, and she just keep, she give you a nice little smirk and keep walking. And let's say you just keep on walking through your day. I had the mindset of, hey, I can go ahead and go talk to her, but I never did it because I didn't take the particular steps that I gotta do to go get the information I need, right? But if you got the particular steps with no mindset, at least you still went forth to talk to that girl in that particular moment. So let's kind of go back. She walking past, giving you a smirk. You stop her. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing well. How you doing? Hey, I can't complain. You know what I mean? Especially talking to you right now. I know for sure my day just got really better. Bam. You probably didn't have the mindset going in to stop her and even ask her for her name, ask her how her day was, but you took the particular steps in order to go ahead and build that mindset. Go ahead and build that sense of confidence in the conversation. If you feel what I'm saying, so now you're taking action. So that's why personally I think particular steps is better than the mindset, because as you do the particular steps and it goes in your favor or it don't go in your favor, the mindset come along, or it can change, or it can build up into what you need it to be. You feel what I'm saying? Cool. All right, and y'all let me know what y'all think about each more. Was that even good scenario, bad scenario? Who knows? I don't know. Next, right? Mentor access and gatekeeping. The niggas love the gatekeep. Niggas love the gatekeep, right? Two main points. Not everyone can find a top tier mentor. Not everybody can find a real nigga that's gonna keep it real with them. Keep that in mind, right? So misinformation can be put out there to the masses, and other people think it is right, but it's the wrong thing. But who are you to fault the people to listening to their mentor or the right person they think is right for the job or their leader, and it's the wrong information, right? If you could pick a mentor from anywhere, alive or dead, who would it be? And the second question is, do you learn more from real people you know, or books in the library or podcasts? Personally, I personally think I learn more from books and podcasts rather than people I know. Cause let me not say that. It might be a sense. That might be a trick question. Okay, I'm gonna go with real people. Scratch that. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna go with people I know, and then this is why I'm not gonna go with people you know, right? If the people you know is not emulating the level of success that you want, it's only gonna be a cap off onto how far you can get. Because I can know a person that give me real good advice and information, X, Y, Z, from the Himalayas to the Nile River, all the time. But if they're not emulating that success that I want to see, then wouldn't I just be at the same level they're at? And it's not in a sense of me to like talk shit about them or stuff like that, but you can learn way different aspects or objectives from that person. But if I want to build a building, but my homie only knows how to lay a foundation, and that's it, don't count for the engineering part of steel buildings, don't know the graphics of height, weight, trajectory, weather, and all X, Y, and Z, but all he knows is how to build a foundation. That is cool, because you need a foundation to build a structure. But I'm only limited and capped off to the foundation because that's all I took from them, right? But don't get me wrong, it's not 100% proof that books or other resources is always going to be right and it's the right information out there, because that can be wrong too. But whoever that person is went further along than the foundation, and that's why they have the book, and they wrote the book, and that's why you're reading the book. I'm appreciative of my homie telling me about the foundation, how to build a foundation, what I got to do to lay a foundation where there are no cracks, and what happens with different levels of the foundation. But I'm capped off, and and your homie only knows how much of what they know, and you only know of how much you know, right? And to kind of just, if I can just pick any mentor anywhere or dead or alive, who would it be? I don't know. I'll get back to you on that, Seek, and that's why I'm going leading right back to the main thing of just why I'm lost in the stupid ass conundrum that I am. I'm going in circles in insanity because I feel like I'm just too cool for a mentor. I'm just too cool for X, Y, and Z. Right? I feel like people need to know me because I know too much. Like I keep it real, but I ain't nobody, nigga. I ain't nobody. This is why I need to buy me a mentor. Okay. Ooh. And the reason why I need to buy me a mentor because I know the evidence and claims. Yeah, nah, I ain't about to do that. Swear to a transition, but evidence and claims, right? Secret society's story sounds dramatic. Key question: does the method still work if you strip away the myths and just focus on the practices? Um, when it comes to evidence and claims, do you guys know the difference between the two? Like, what's the difference between an evidence and a claim? Evidence. I caught you on 4K texting other hoes. When you about to go take a shower on your girl, you leave your phone right there on the nightstand. Your girl going through it. That's evidence right there, nigga. Yeah, she caught you in 4K. That's evidence. Tweaking, right? But if you never left your phone right there, and she just came up to you and she heard someone talking, and they're like, "Oh yeah, they claim you was talking to old shorty at the Target at the you know what I mean?" That's just a claim. You know what I mean? That's really just an opinion in my opinion. That's just a claim. Like yeah, with evidence. You see the two? You see this the two? Yeah. So do you believe personal growth requires hidden knowledge, or is it about applying basics and consistency? And what's one self help tip you tried that actually worked for you? Why everything is so important when it comes to finding a person who emulates the level of success you want to achieve, right? To me, it shows that when they took these processes and consistency that they learned or they emulated from somebody else, it actually works. And once they went ahead and shared it with others to imitate the same thing, it works. Because I don't, prime example, well, not prime example, but when you have boot camps out there or someone trying to sell you a course, right? And of course, when money is involved, you work hard for your money. You feel me, twin? You work hard for it. So when you spend it and you're not seeing the results that you want to see, or you don't think it is, because the reason why you went to this person because they claimed it would work. But if they don't have the evidence to back it up, are you really the dummy for even still pursuing it? Right? Because evidence validates your words and your processes and your actions to what you want to do to share with others. Like I have evidence that I know how to drive a car. I got it in my phone. You know what I mean? I have a driving record. You know what I mean? I have a license.
Damn, Dame, you tweaking on the beat.
Man, that bull just playing, man. I ain't sweating.
That's your problem. Ain't nobody playing but you.